so many people, so many intellectuals, so many scholars, and most of the time when we talk to them, and even when I have, these read sessions with them, and I ask them their story, where did it all started from? Most of them, they would say it started from our childhood. It started from our parents, how they read to us, how they, treated us, how they treated books. And so this is like amazing. One question that I'm going to, because the topic is directly related with you, it was selected because of your amazing personality and how successful, mashallah, you are in life. And tell me just, you have to tell us your story, that books played, and what role do actually generally books play in a successful person's life. So this is the topic, and I want you to please associate it with your personal experiences.
Okay. I was a bit studious throughout my life because the reading habit, I have a very bad reading habit. Bad meaning, when I say bad, I say smilingly, because my family at times gets irritated. I have 1.5 hours every night for the past 30 years, no matter where I am. I read before I sleep.
Wow.
No matter where I am. And I have traveled a lot. So my wife packs 4 to 5 books in my suitcase when I go somewhere. So she knows, what books do you want packed? Nobody asks me what suit you want packed, what tie you want packed. So
amazing.
This reading habit of mine, people today, the young people today, when they comment on social media, or I give lots of speeches at universities, and when I hear, I don't know, when I know that, when I hear that word, I don't know, and I see a smartphone in that child's hand, that question or that comment, I don't know, bothers me. How can you not know when you have internet in your hand? Because I was shifted from non-internet to internet time. When I was in university at Rutgers, there was no internet. I used to go to the library where we had cue cards, index cards, take books out, sit on the floor, flip through the pages, go make microfiche copies, and 10 cents a copy. And I used to be broke in university, I swear. If I had to make 200 pages, that's $20. $20 was my entire week's lunch money. Entire weeks I can spend $3 and have great pizza lunch. So books played a great role in my life. When I landed on Wall Street, I landed on Wall Street. Believe me, it is the most cutthroat place in the world.
Yes.
I've spent my entire life overseas. Even America is not cutthroat. You work in Connecticut, you work in California, you work in Idaho, wherever you work. It is not a cutthroat place. It is an efficient place. It's a competitive place. Competitiveness and efficiency take the back seat, because you have to have that. It is swimming with the sharks and getting bitten every second. There are no mentors. Nobody wants to teach you. You get the training that everybody else gets. Not everybody has the same comprehension level, but that's it. You get 6 hours of training for 3 months, whatever it is. You're sent packing your bags. Then you land. I started as a stockbroker. And stockbroker's job is to call people, random people in America. And it's like the movies, 15 people, seats, 300 rows, 800, 900,000 stockbrokers. And I started at the world's largest financial institution at that time, Prudential. And no mentors. Who do I go to? There's no internet that I can search, or there's no social media that I can connect with someone. Books. When every other person was going, and Wall Street is a very party place. So on weekends, everybody went to the Hamptons, went to, if there's winters, they went to Florida. You know what I would do, Beta? I would pick up the books and I would lock myself in the room. Saturdays, I would read finance books. Sundays, I would read self-help books. That was my routine for 3 years. 3 years.
Wow.
I did not take a single weekend off. I did not go anywhere. I lost friends. And 7 years later, I hired this all same friends 8 years later when I opened up the investment bank. Each and every friend of mine from my university days, if they're watching, they're my life. I love them. But I don't say it in a wrong way, but I bug them a lot. They used to call me a geek. I mean, in America, being called a geek when you're 21, that's not something good, you know? I've never been a geek. I would have loved to be with them, go fishing, go partying, go clubbing, go wherever they are going. I would love to do that. But self-help books. And the more I read, the more I discovered myself. People say they gain knowledge. Knowledge is secondary. There was no other way of me discovering myself. Books played the role of a mirror to me. Mirror. It created critical thinking in me. I remember, I don't read novels, but I remember reading novel 1984 of George Orwell. The George Orwell's novel starts with that sentence, and that was the beginning of my critical thinking. I said, how could it be a cold, dark, and bright day? And the clock doesn't strike 13. Clock only strikes 12.
Yes. Practically juxtaposed statement. Amazing. Yes.
You know, and that made me discover myself that, you know what? I can learn to think critically. And I became a fan of the word learn to. People say he's God gifted. Nobody's God gifted. You discover yourself. You discover that you have that in you. And then you work upon it. You work upon it, work upon it, work upon it. And that critical thinking and discovering yourself brings you emotional management. Emotional management in a successful person's life is the most important thing. If you cannot manage your emotions, how are you going to manage 800 people and their emotions who work for you, or 1,000 people, or 50 people, or 100 people? How can you? How can I teach somebody how to drive when I'm afraid of driving, or I'm not a master of driving? Master. So before one wants to be an entrepreneur or a leader, one has to chisel himself or herself. Chisel. And I say that word chisel. You have to chisel yourself. Because every person is a stone, metaphorically speaking. Everybody gets a square, round piece of stone. You have to chisel yourself.